I'm Master Ferdinand from Sri Lanka. I'm presently sitting in one of my good friends' gardens, which is very beautiful, with full of flowers and all beautiful colors in it. I would like to speak to you on this Colombo Port City project, which has run into many controversies at the present moment. It is a project given by the Chinese government free to the Sri Lankan government. Although it has brought in a lot of controversies, it will bring in a lot of revenue too to the country. It is said that half the population of Colombo will be living in the Colombo city project, which is a very high density. So the critics say, how are they going to give the infrastructure for such a big community living in a small area like the Colombo city project? Well, the Chinese government, they have the technology, and one must not forget that presently China has the highest gross national product, or it's the richest nation in the world, with a gross national product of 17 trillion US dollars. The USA is just behind it. First is China. She is the richest nation in the world. But her per capita income is low because of the high population she has. She has around 1 billion people. So she may be having only a per capita income of around 6,000 US dollars, where the US has over 25,000 US dollars. But anyway, Mother Lanka has benefited from from the projects she has funded. It is true, the funding is on very high interest rates, but there are no tags to it, where the government is asked to do certain things that can be detrimental to the society or to the welfare benefits of the country, although interest rates are high. Some of the critics say that it will bring in a lot of vice to the country, but already there is vice in this country. If one is to walk the streets of Kolupitiya, one will see so many Chinese, damsels walking on the streets. So we can see that, already there is vice in the country, and already there are casinos in the country. There is no difference to this. If one comes out of mass from one of these churches in Bambalapitiya or Kolupitiya, one is greeted by these Chinese damsels. So there is no difference at all in it. For example, in lighter vein, I read in the papers recently, some of these Chinese damsels were taken to court, and the magistrate, fined them only 10 rupees, Sri Lankan rupees. So one can see even the courts had a leverage for them, or in other words, the courts even gave some sort of leverage in fining them such a small sum, or had respect to the oldest profession in the world. One of the main critics of this main city project, or this port city project, is that they say it will bring in the oldest profession in the world to the forefront. Well, that no one can stop it, because with vice all these things come in, and all the vice will be in one area, and it will not be in the whole city of Colombo, and it will bring in a lot of revenue. Bringing in a lot of foreign currency will develop the country. And one must not forget, Mother Lanka has already had 3 revolutions. Young blood has been spilled in 72, 89, and the ethnic conflict. All this was due to economic reasons, where the youth couldn't find their aspirations. Or in other words, the country was not developed enough to give the youth the necessary, the national, or one may say the economic background to fulfill their aspiration. So with projects like the Colombo port city, it will bring in a lot of revenue to the country, and it is a free gift. So I don't know why so many people, some other people are against it, because it will bring in a lot of economic benefits to the country. That is what is needed at the present moment. Because Mother Lanka too is growing rapidly. One may say that she has a good economic growth of well over 6 to 7%, and she has a national income of over 9 trillion Sri Lankan rupees. So with all this, I think the Colombo Port City project should go ahead. It will bring in so many values to our people. And if one thinks of where it is situated, in front is the Buddhist, there is a Buddhist temple, and on the side, or we say about a half a kilometer, meter away the church, the Scots is there. Every Sunday, what you call, the people there can go and get their religious observances also had, and so many things. In another situation, one may say, I may ask the question, is it for people who eat a vade and drink a plain tea? No, the Colombo Port City project is not for people who eat a vade and drink a plain tea. It is for the higher class of society. People who eat a vade and drink a plain tea cannot go to the Colombo Port City project. It's a project which is only for the high class society, and it's not for the lower class society. People who eat a vade and drink a plain tea may be able to stroll along the Golf Face Green, but not enter the Colombo Port City project. And the Colombo City project, Port City project will have the red light districts too. And this will be only for those people who are in those places in the Colombo Port City project only, and not for outsiders. So one can see, though it will bring in a lot of vice, it will bring in a lot of economic gain too to the country. And with these thoughts, I will close.